What's going on, everyone? It's Crops, aka Beast Beats, and today we are coming to you with a bit of an old tourney replay session. This is from RBET3, where I brought this little monkey abomination to the tournament and went, well, we'll save the record for the end, actually, to prevent spoilers of winning and losing, I guess. And this was the deck. There's definitely some things I still like about it and things I'm not a big fan of, but nonetheless, we brought it, and this was our run. So round 1 in the RBET3 was against Death Grip 0, and we can see who gets RPS. They get the RPS, which is, never good. Always want to go first. Looks like they're playing Lightsworn. And we talk about the artist Death Grips for a bit. Shout out to Death Grips. It goes, 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 it goes. Guillotine. Yep. So, yeah, DD Crazy Beast attack over Gardner. That's amazing. That's a really good start. Then they got, now sadly, then they got Card Trooper, which if we had Solidarity, we could also just shrump this Trooper as well. I don't know why they're not recharging the Lila. I'm sure, hopefully, I don't know, are they going to do that this turn? No, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but especially having Cold Wave and a T-Roar, you're not trying to just get through the Lila. I don't know. Maybe that's not. Maybe they're playing it right, and the way that I would play is wrong. I mean, I don't really play Lightsworn, but it's interesting. So get over our DD Crazy Beast. If I heavy into T-Roar, I figure, alright, well, this heavy's not going to do much against Lightsworn. I really want to clear the Trooper, but it's T-Roar. Just set the Rat, which is scary, right? Because Aaron messes this Rat right up. Luckily, it's just Wolf. And then they summon the Lila. They attack over Rat, so I get another Rat. They attack over Rat, so I get another... Oh, wait, I drew 2 Rats and Grammel. So I get a Hamster just to shield some damage. I don't know, that was very unfortunate to draw the Mole and both Rats. But then we're able to at least Yellow Baboon, which is pretty nice. And they just mill 3. JD, another Wolf, so just spamming the field with Wolves. Luckily, we're going to have this Solidarity Giant Rat. So we got a 2200 Rat and a 3400 Baboon. Let's try to wipe out this Lila and then wipe out the Trooper. Massive damage. Boom. They draw Plague, which is pretty good. And now they have Gores as well. So they Monster Incarnation, discard the Plague, get JD, and I think that JD is online. 1, 2, 3, 4. It sure is. So they could just drop that down, but they don't even need to because they're going to make Brio. Yeah, discard a recharge, both recharges to bounce both my monsters. Oh yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, 21, 23, and 3000, that's beyond 64. So, game 2. Luckily we can probably just kind of get through this Lightsworn round quickly. I get my King Tiger, which is pretty sick. Set a book behind it. Now, of course, Raikou answers it. If they mill a Wolf here, luckily just JD, but 2 names. So now they have like a full monster hand. They just set Raikou. And get ready for a huge mistake. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. I even had the book, right? I can book my own King Tiger. So I made this misplay in GOAT format years ago, where I had King Tiger and I normal summon level 2 with 900 attack, and it died. And now I'm going to normal summon a 900 attack Grammel, thinking, oh yeah, let's just bounce this. Declare. And I'm like, oh, well, throw the Tiger into it. Oh, okay. And they mill Needlebug Nest, and both JDs are engraved. But that was such a huge mistake that now it turns my Solidarities off. My Yellow Baboons and Return are sitting dead in my hand. And he draws a recharge and is about to get off to the races here. And mills a Wolf, has another recharge. I'm setting on just a Book of Moon that I definitely should have used on my King Tiger. And yeah, that was a big fat throw. I deserve to very swiftly lose this, and that is what's about to happen right now. That's the end of the game. Oh well, I guess I can book and technically live one more turn, but there you go. Now it's the end of the game. All right, so round one, very fast, very easy. If I will tell you guys, this is not going to be a super short video because we get some wins here. We don't just completely get 2-0'd twice and out, thankfully. Jeez, like, it's so brutal, but it was my fault. I definitely could have kept bouncing back with Grammel, and I mean, he would have been able to summon Jane or whatever to attack over King Tiger. But anyway, we get to go first against what's looking like some zombies. I'm hoping it's not another Lightsworn, I guess, by setting the rat with the Judgment Dragon. With the Solemn Judgment. Dang, my mind's in the first round still. Alright. So Minecon obviously goes well with Arabellum. I'm like, alright, if it's a Raikou, we can dodge that. If it's a monster that we can sync with Arabellum, that's pretty good. It's a Sangam, which doesn't feel good. Because now it's like, well, I guess I can sync for a 6. But first we're going to sync a card out of the hand. So let's get in for that 16. Boom, 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 roll the dice. That's one of the Raikous. Get in for 14. We don't really fear Gores. We got Rat, which gets us places. We got Arabellum. We don't want to tribute for Caius. We're going to let him get a search. We're going to go Brio. Monster Gamer 1333. That's a familiar name. I think they win this tournament, don't they? Anyway. They get Plague off the Sangan, pretty strong. They got BrainCon Caius, which is disgusting. Pretty sure I think I just Judgment this Brain Control. Yeah, or a Book. That also answers it pretty well. He actually can't even attack over Brio with his hands, so that's kind of funny. Summons Turtle. That's fine. I guess he actually can by crashing, duh. But, what, Zombie Master? Yeah. Then now he can attack over Brio. So, I don't know. And then, then Zombie Master can pitch Plague, get Turtle, set Mirror Force. Now, man, this Stellar Row would have been nice to have down on this Mirror Force that's about to happen. But I do move Rat to defense, and he does Mirror Force there. So, sadly, he didn't decide to save it, because if he decided to save it, then next turn, if I attack with multiple monsters, I could have roaded it. But he lures into Diva, which is disgusting. Another Turtle. Yeah, do I even win this? This is kind of crazy. He has pretty strong hand here. He does that, and I think I Judgment that because I want my Rat to go through. No, I let it go. That's crazy. I sacrificed the Rat. I guess I have Bazoo to attack over both his things, but dang. Sets Raikou. There's a yellow baboon, which is pretty strong. I just decided to get over the Zombie Master. Oh, right. I don't banish 3 because I have yellow baboon. I guess we could have still banished 3. Because we would have had 1 Beast Engrave, but then when this dies, that'll be 2 Beast Engrave, and we can banish both those for yellow baboon. But here's what it is. He targets the freaking Judgment, which is awful. Thankfully, he doesn't summon Diva. So now I'm able to drop yellow. Yellow emotes down below. Then he normals Diva. And then Diva gets Diva. And he has Burial. He can go Armory Arm. I think he goes, right. Brio. Discards Burial to return the Baboon. Which is great. If I need a giant rat right here. Nope. A dead dash shoot. Wonderful. Set that. And then we take 2450. We draw a book. So we are out of this game. So long good is it if we lose this game, we're out of the tournament. Right? It's like, I don't know. Monke is definitely rogue, but man, it's getting slapped around silly. I even changed my freaking picture to, the primate. Anyway, they summon a Kaiku, which is disgusting. We got Judgment. Thankfully, we set our hamster, which they decided not to attack into. I guess hoping we flip it up. But I do this crazy thing. I'm like, set Raikou, set Storm. Let's have him set more back row. He doesn't. He sets his Mizuki. I draw Brain Con, which is pretty nice. I'm like, screw it. Let's start going in. Pop that. Flip hamster. Get Raikou. Brain Con the Kaiku. Normal summon Arabellum. Oh yeah, we're just hit card out of the hand. Hoping to hit a monster. I hit Burial, which is still good. So he has Minecon, Dad, Sork. We do 2, then we do 11, then we do 18, banishes Mizuki. Then we sink for Ancient Fairy in defense, I think. Yep. Just because, well, there's not much else to... Because I want to make something with his Kaiku and Arabellum. I could make Mistworm, but that doesn't seem that good. He Minecons the Raikou. Definitely a pain in the butt. Pops the Ancient Fairy. Milling no monsters. Setting bottomless. I get my Raikou back. Now he's sitting with a dead Dad and a dead Sork in his hand. With the set bottomless, which I prior this, so now I just win because of return. Yeah, bottomless is fine, man. Anyway, boop, 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 and end of the game. Alright, return is really strong. Going into game 3 against Zombie. I think zombies are cool, I just don't like... I think Dark Realm Dragon's definitely on my lowest liked cards in this format. Anyway, Foolish, Mizuki, T-Set, what was that, Sangan, and okay, MST. We get Raikou, our Shadow Imprisoning Mirror gets spaced, which makes sense. Flip Sangan, Someone's Plague, makes Catastor, which usually Catastor could be a big problem for this deck. But luckily Raikou just pops Catastor. I mill double Wangu, so there's my Wangus in the grave. He's like looking at it like, what the heck? Yeah, Wangu's not bad. It stops Plague pretty much from ever coming out. If they want to turtle into like a Goblin Zombie, sure it'll immediately make the zombie, let them get the Searcher Goblin Zombie, but rather have that than them keep it on the board, then like tribute for Caius or sync with it and still get the search. Like the only way we're stopping Goblin Zombie is like a DD Crazy Beast, which is only one. I think only one in this list. So it's not like the chance is kind of slim that we're even banishing the Goblin Zombies on a regular basis. So I'm like, all right. Oh, I get Arabellum here. Wow, that's crazy. Playing around mind control, I guess, but I also have. Oh yeah, I drew both Shadow Mirrors, and it gets popped by Raikou and an MST. That's just so sad. Anyway, I set the return. This only has 200 defense. It's crazy. I almost wonder. I don't even have Mind Con or Brain Con. Maybe I'm trying to make him think I do. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, he lures in a Gores and Book, banishes the Reaper, summons the Turtle, and yeah, this Arabellum's not long for this Earth, so it's kind of a weird. Oh, then again, I guess this makes the return play insane. He sets Book. I draw Bazoo. I think I just slap down the Bazoo, Prio, and I banish all 3 of those. And I think I'm like, screw it, with Solidarity, with double Solidarity. I think I just go for, I think I just end the game right here. It's so much. This is at like, what, 25, what was this, 41? Hamster's like 27. And his Reaper's gone. So I'm like, okay, you can't float into Reaper. He books that. I'm like, all right. Let's just go return. King Tiger, Arabellum. And these guys are huge. These are what, like 3,300 tigers and a 3,200 Arabellum or something. So he has Gores, so I'm pretty sure he actually survives, but we're still able to do some damage. So he goes for that. That's just going to die. Next, I get in with the Arabellum for 32. So it's funny, right? He drops a 3200 Gores token. I discard the burial. I attack over the Gores token, and I crash Hamster because we're both 27. And then I use, since he's going to get banished, I just go ahead and, again, make Ancient Fairy in defense. King Tiger is banished, and that's my turn. He top decks Charge the Light Brigade. If he's only on 2 Raikos, he doesn't even have a target. Oh, okay, he doesn't mill his... Oh, right, he has Lila, okay. Then he goes Mizuki, brings back Zombie Master. Then he uses Zombie Master, pitching Lila that he got off charge to get Plague. Then he uses Plague and Goblin Zombie for Brio. Goblin Zombie lets him search for... he can't get Turtle. Okay, good, I mentioned that. He has no targets left. So now he has to decide if he wants to discard Return Out Ancient Fairy or just attack over Bazoo, set Return Pass, which... That's tough. I think he was really hoping on that search. Now I'm looking at it. He actually stacks it for Plague. Wow, he straight up uses that just to go into Red Dragon Arch. I mean, that's going to be good here. It's going to clear my board. Boom. Yep. And then that's going to do 18. And he puts me in a spot where I have to top deck. Well, to be fair, Bazoo is going to be huge with the Solidarity. Yeah, Minecon. Oh, man. I remember this. I banish the non-beast and 2 others just to make him really big. I get over his Red Dragon Archfiend. Again, I'm at like 41, yeah. I pass. He draws the return that he top decked. He sets it. He passes. I top deck Raikou. Oh, it must have been a different game. Because his Plague's vanished. I must be thinking of something else. I think there was a game where, like, I don't want to spoil it, but oh well. I think it might not have been in this tourney. I Minecon a Zombie Master one time. Used Zombie Master discarding a monster from my hand to add or to special Plague from the grave, and then I made a 6. Oh, I do something with it. Oh right, just attack like that in case it's Mirror Force. Oh, I do it. This is the game, right? So they return to survive because they lose otherwise. So I attack over the Plague, which it's like it's going to get banished at the end phase. But I attack over Plague, so I can go main phase 2, Zombie Master, pitch Raikou, because they're drawing 1 card. So if they stack for Plague, they have no cards. So I can just make a Brio. They can't Brain Con because they're at 800. Plus it's already in the grave anyway. So they draw Mind Con, which is funny. But they only have 1 card. So it's just the only game. Yeah, that just plays around Torrential better than setting Raikou does. Oh yeah, if I had set Raikou, they literally would have top decked Minecon my Raikou, flip Raikou, pop my Bazoo. But then actually Raikou in attack mode actually finishes the game with double Solidarity. Okay, I guess it wouldn't have mattered whether I set Raikou or... But I just thought that play was kind of fancy. And since they were only drawing 1 card... And I mean, Lure's gone. I guess if they had Avarice. If they had exactly Avarice, that could be really bad, probably. To give them the Plague back in their grave. It's like Book of Life. Doesn't really do anything. Like, yeah. Not like... There's no 1 card, I don't think. Unless I'm missing something. Alright, round 3. So we got round 2. And now we're on to round 3. We're against FIIR. Boots with the fur. Alright, anyway. They're playing Frog. They got a lot of Frog cards. With Fishborg Blaster, very powerful card banned today. We'll start with the set Raikou and pass. They start with the set Dupe and pass. Now I will say I could just pop this with Raikou. Yep, and it will make it miss timing, so that's good. So alternatively, we could go like Minecon, Rescue Cat. I think I still end up Rescue Catting into Arbellums. Yeah, timing is my favorite mechanic, said no one ever. So anyway, we're about to hit 2 cards out of their hand. Which, they have 2 Fishborg Blasters and a Death Frog, right? So if we hit the Pot of Avarice and Foolish, we're insane. But no, we hit a Fishborg Blaster. I'm like, well. And then we hit the other fish. We hit both Fishborg Blasters. Probably actually like the worst. Definitely some of the worst cards we're going to hit. And then we make Cataster. And then we make Darken. If we don't make Dark... Okay, we could have just straight up made Colossal without making Cataster. That was strange. I don't know why I made Cataster first. I thought I was like, wow, I guess I'm going Darken for some reason. Like, that's the only reason I would think to make a Dark and then use the Tuner and the Cataster to make Darken. But if I was just making Colossal, there's no reason. I don't play Avarice, but I don't know. Kind of, I know I had 2 Catasters, I'm pretty sure, in the extra, but still strange to do that. Heavy the hand destruction, they chain. I'm like, alright. I'm pretty sure I just pitch like a Raikou and a Hamster. They draw on a Dandy Unifrog. Yep. I draw on a Solidarity. Wow. Oh man, if we had kept the Hamster, then that would have been the end of the game. Right? Hamster, double Solidarity, 27, 20. Yep. Aw, dang, discarding that Hamster, so it's not game. But Colossal is pretty good. I mean, I could set Raikou. I got Minecon, Yellow Baboon, double Solidarity. They have Pot, Dandy, Uni, Shell. They just set Dandy Pass. But we got the Minecon. So that is the end of the game. So, on to game 2 against this like frog deck that has Dandy and Shell. I'm guessing it's Quick Draw Frog. Yep, if there's Quick Draw. Foolish Substitute. And that seems really strange, but they have Salvage, so that's why they're doing this. I wonder why they didn't hand destruction. Oh, I guess they had to have a... Oh, I guess they still can't now. Yeah, hand destruction, Shell, and Blaster. Yep, that summoning Substitute. I ditch Pulling the Rug and Raikou. They pay 500 for Shell. They have Shell, Dupe, Murray. So they can start substituting. Oh, right. They pitch a Shell. Oh, that's right, for Blaster. That's crazy. Because they control the water, and now they can pay 500 for the other Shell, or get the last Shell out of the deck. And now they can start substituting with the Blaster. Yes, you can speed it up, and then they can end with like a Drill Warrior or whatnot off the Quick Draw. But they choose to send both Treeborns already. So now I don't think they can end on Quick Draw. Which would have been pretty solid, I feel. I don't know. Maybe not, but... Anyway, they end up going Blaster, returning Swap, Murray of Greeting. Oh yeah, so they can get the dupes back in the deck. Drawing a double Salvage Avarice. That's insane. They bring out Dupe. They salvage, substitute, and swap. They use Blaster, discarding swap. They use that, putting that back to get Death Frog. They use that to get Flip Flop. They use... Right, they're just cycling through the frogs. Man, about to just fast forward. Get Uni, Avarice. Okay, yeah, we're fast forwarding this. Just... You know, if you know Edison, if you know Frog, you know it just does all this. If you don't, my apologies, but Frog's just comboing off, putting Shells back, paying 500 for Shell again. They paid 2,000 life points for Shells. Making Stardust. Oh yeah, that's right, they put Treeborn back. So now, that's right, now they can Treeborn for Drill, Vanish Drill, get 2 Danny tokens. And look at that board. And on a Stardust, Drill coming back to add back... You know, either like probably Dandy or a Quick Draw with double dupe, a flip flop. Now I do have Minecon, so my hand My hand has like answers to it. I'm pretty sure I ended up going, yeah, flip flop, bounce the Stardust, make a Taster, but like, I guess then I could book a dupe, kill a dupe. Maybe I should have done that. I could have broke most of the board there. But I mean, they do have salvage, substitute, likely more avarices. I don't know. I decided not to. Oh yeah, they had back flip flop with drill, which is interesting. Treeborn, upstart. There's another avarice. Discard flip flop for drill. Go summon sub. Which I just have pulling the rug, of course. Dang. I guess I was thinking monarchs, but yeah, no, they get this shell. They get into blaster uni. Pay 500 for shell. Use blaster, pitch shell to get back blaster. Pay 500 for shell. They've paid 3,000 life points with shell, by the way. It's crazy. Anyway, they tribute sub. Sub's effect should be a Treeborn for Dest, and that way they can use the Fishborg Blaster and the Dest to go into Brio. 5 + 1 makes a 6, pretty crazy. Now they can pitch the last shell to put back Cataster. So again, now we're still dealing with the dupe lock in a way, and I don't know. It's like even if we had killed one, it still gets to add back a frog from the grave to hand. So it's just deck or grave, and so they just go uni. They could pop the pull in the rug. It does nothing. You're just sitting there. Then I do 1,000. Then I do 23. I'm like, man, this is brutal. It's like I can do that, but all they have to do. Oh, their drill can't come back now because they too many monsters on the field. They should have bounced the swap to their hand. That was kind of silly. So they missed out on a drill warrior effect. I booked the Brio to not take that much damage. Because I'm going to use the book or lose it there. And yeah, now my book's gone. I have no weight out. Dupe. No, you didn't forget about drill. You had too many monsters. I'm pretty sure they had too many monsters on the field. I don't know, unless I missed something. I don't think they added swap back to him when they should have, but maybe they did. Maybe we just somehow missed drill for some reason, which flip flop does its thing. It's just the end of the game. I get to look at their hand just to get some more knowledge before game 3 with that dust shoot, and we go on to game 3. So pretty sure I put in like needle sealing. Yeah, all these are main deck cards, I think. Anywho, they go in upstart. They start using hand destruction stuff. Pitching Dandy and Fishborg Blaster, pretty strong opening. I just pitch the dead yellow, and I flip Oppression on the Dandy tokens because I'm like, you know what? No Dandy tokens, no Substitute, no Synchro, none of that stuff. It's just Royal Oppression, right? And let's just go old school, B speed down out. It is a 2K booty, so that's too big for Mr. Arbellum. Too big for Berserker, too big for most things without Solidarity, but luckily we do have this Raiko to put in some work. So of course I got Oppression up, but I popped the flip flop frog, because I guess I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like pop that Raiko over the Treeborn Arbellum over the flip, then they just return like the Arbellum to my hand, and then I can just main 2 summon the Arbellum again, or set Rat and pass. I don't know. I feel like that would have been fine, because now it's like, how am I getting over this with the Oppression up? So I do bottomless Death Frog, which is nice. That's really good actually. It's like pretty much one of the only tributes besides. Alright, because I don't think they have monarchs. Alright, I do a book for Raiko at least, so then we're able to. We mill King Tiger, Fossil Dina, MST. Man, what did I side out? I guess MST is maybe. Hopefully there's no heavy in this deck right now. That's definitely pointless. Anyway, I hit the hand destruction with the Arbellum, and now we get another Arbellum effect, and we discard the quick draw, even with Pot of Avarice, and it is live. They do have like 6 or something monsters engraved. But we're going to smack them, bring them down to 32, and they draw a swap. You get back Treeborn, and they fire off the Avarice, and I mean, I don't have a stop to that. So they put, I'm pretty sure, all 5 back. Quick draw, Subs, the Toad, Flip, Flop, Frog, Fishboard, Blaster, and Dandelion. Shuffle up, and they draw 1-for-1 shell. That's actually insane. Wow. Oh, wait, I have oppression. Never mind. I honestly was thinking, like, they can now 1-for-1 discard shell, bring out substitute. I have oppression up. Don't worry, I would not have forgotten in that moment. But yeah, that's funny. So they just swap over Raikou, makes sense. Set the 1-for-1 as a bluff. I draw on a cat, which, well, you know, not so helpful here. Oh, I guess some disconnects. Usual dueling book lag issues right there. Anyway, we hit over that. I play around Mirror Force, I guess. What the heck? You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be smart for a deck like this to have Mirror Force, to be honest with you. Anyway. I pop the monster. Okay, and now this is enough to end the game. Not through Book of Moon, though. But I guess I figure I also got Bottomless. And yep, that is the end of round 3. All right. Yeah, nice guy for a good. Definitely plays usually more fun decks. Gotta give respect to the frog decks. Much love for the frogs. On to round 4. So the 4th round of RBET3, we're now up against. We can see Doomcow. We can see Bestie. We see these Glads. The main deck Dimensional Fissure. Yeah, alright, you know what we're up against. We're up against a different kind of beast. This is not Monke. So we're going to go ahead and set Hamster, set Space, pass our turn. They draw a Judgment. They start with the Dimensional Fissure. I'm like, oh man. They don't attack. They get their Chariot and Judgment ready. Makes sense. 1 for the monster effect, 1 for anything else. You know, they got some strong back row there. And so I'm like, alright, let's go Hamster. Chariot. Okay, well that wouldn't have worked. So I'm like, you know what? I don't care about the Dimensional Fissure. MST, it was a Judgment. Brain Con. Summon Airbellum. Get in for 16. And I think I hit the Doomcow, so I have Bestie. Hit him for 17. Get these monsters banished. Boop, boop. Go into Ancient Fairy and Defense. No, actually, surely we go into either X-Saber or Bellum. I can't remember if that was in there, or Black Rose in attack. Or Ancient Fairy attack, but surely we don't go anything in defense against Glads. That's silly. Okay, yep. Bellum. Just because he's 22 is big enough, and I just need a guy to be in attack mode. They unfortunately draw a Dimensional Fissure. That's not doing a whole lot for them, so they just pass. I'm like, you know what? Let's keep the pressure going. I got Book. I got Oppression, which is also really good against Glads. So I'm like, let's just throw down put them on a 1 turn, and I top deck Judgment. Jeez, they draw a dead Dushoot. So they try for the Bestiary, and this. Oh, I let it happen. Oh, I'm just gonna flip up Oppression. Dang, that's the end of the game. It stays in deck. Yeah. So now they just set both to bluff me, try to bluff me out. Oh no, they just won. I would have set both there probably just to be like, be scared. No, it's just the end of the game. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't. Whoever hosted didn't host a match for some reason. Anyway, so now we go on to game 2. And I haven't been going over openings or anything, I guess, like this whole time. But I got Oppression, Dushoot, which is pretty crazy. My Body, Solidarity, and Airbellum. Airbellum is not the strongest, but with Solidarity, once we can get a boost, hopefully we can like just, knock out the and. I mean, look at this Glad hand, right? They also have Dushoot. They have Bribe. They have Chariot. They have Book, Heavy, and Dimensional Fissure. What a hand. So if I'm them, I'm probably just setting Dushoot and passing, honestly. Maybe Book, but definitely Dushoot. Because I want to get my Storm off and then set activate Dimensional Fissure and set Bribe Chariot kind of stuff. And there's, yep, this makes sense. And there's not much reason to just play around if I have like double Arabellum in hand, which, so yeah, they hit the hamster. Obviously, I'm going to go for the Arabellum, and I'm pretty sure they book. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to set my Dust Shoot. And I do set the My Body. I don't even think I should have set the My Body. But I guess I figured, maybe there's no heavy, but I'm going to Dust Shoot like right away anyway. I do, and thankfully they draw monsters, so we just send that right back. And looking at their hand, I'm like, okay, they got Chariot, Bribe, Heavy, Dimensional Fissure. So it's like, they decided Heavy, which I guess they thought it was Oppression, and it definitely wasn't. So now I know they have Chariot and Bribe set. So I'm like, well, start hitting for 16. There's no cards for me to discard. Set the Oppression and pass. They draw a Quest, which just crashes. So it is what it is. It's just who can draw a monster here, right? But I do draw Return. They draw Doom Cow, which is cracked. That's a very good top deck for them. I draw a book. I set. They draw Bottomless. They smack. They set Bottomless. I draw Ryko, which will out the Doom Cow at least. They draw another Bottomless. Ryko tries to activate. Doom Cow says no. They don't set the Bottomless. I set Mirror Force pass. They get another Doom Cow. I decided Mirror Force. I'm like, tired of these Doom Cows. I summon the Bazoo, gets banished. My Return's getting pretty strong here. Yep, actually Return's almost lethal. They draw a Road. They set Bottomless. They got, yep, Dark Bribe, Chariot, Bottomless. I know they have a Dead Chariot, and I know they have a Bribe down there. They Bottomless the Berserk Gorilla. I'm like, okay, I know they have Dark Bribe. So I need to wait to, I don't want to flip the Oppression until I can flip the Return. Now they go, they get Murmillo, interestingly. And I decide to book it, and they Bribe, which I think this ends up losing them the game. Oh no, it's awkward. They know I have Oppression set. So I don't know why they go for this. And they don't even tag out. Then they set, now they have Road. Now they do have Chariot, and they set the Road, protection from like a sweeper, but it's like, why did you get Murmillo with the Proving Ground? Why wouldn't you get, like, what is it, what's the 1800? Liquari? Yeah, why wouldn't you get Liquari just to be the biggest, the most likely to survive, knowing I have Oppression? They definitely, I'm pretty sure, didn't know about the Return. So, and now I know that they have a Chariot. I just don't know what that is. But I think I'm at the point where I'm like, well, I hope it's nothing. Well, also for starters, I mean, oh yeah, I don't have a Beast in the Grave, that's right. But I can throw down the Cerebellum and just try to swing in. It connects, and I'm like, hold on, they're at 56. So I'm like, all right, how much is this, right? 16, it's 32, 52, 54. I'm 200 off. I'm literally 200 off. And I'm thinking for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pay 17, because if I can put him at 200, and I can also make a synchro with Airbellum anyway, to have something bigger than 16. Oh, right, I can make 2 synchros. I do not know why I put that in defense. It's kind of weird. Like if they have Mirror Force. Oh, I put that in defense. Hold on. 32, 52. So they scoop before drawing another card. I mean, to be fair, then I'd have Oppression that I can use twice after making 2 synchros, when they just have Chariot, Road. I got another Ryko, Yellow Baboon, Solidarity. I mean, Yellow Baboon was very dead, but what did they show what their next card would have been? No, okay. But yeah, so that's round 4. So far we're 3-1. We're on a comeback. And now, into round 5 of RBET3, we're going against Ultan Official. And we just got done with Gladiator Beast. Well, if you like, I hope you guys like him, because we got more Glads right here. This guy's on like Shrink, so This guy's Glad deck is, I think, if I remember, much more difficult for our beast to deal with his beast. So, anyway, we set the Raikou, we set the Road and the Mirror, we want him to heavy, but, you know, that's not what's going to happen. So he summons good old Darius. Swings into Raikou. Raikou, deal with that. Mill MST Bottomless Suppression. Don't like to mill those cards. Anyway, they go set Bottomless, set Deep Prison. We draw Arbellum. So we drop Arbellum. It gets Bottomless. Alright, pass. They draw another Darius. They drop that Darius down. And, I mean, I got a Mirror Force, which I think I use just to prevent Bestiari from popping Road. Anyway, they got Deep Prison, so I think we throw... Man, it'd be crazy to throw Crazy Beast down. Wouldn't be that crazy, but yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like we throw Berserk down, but because I use the Bottomless, so it's like DD plays around Bottomless and gets over it. Okay, I'm actually glad I threw that down because, funny enough, I'm pretty sure it just gets deprisoned. Yeah, which is fine. So at least, I mean, he's got Shrink and Mirror Force, so that'll handle our hand. And now he draws Chariot. So he's able to connect this 17 now, and goes into good old a quest to get the Darius from grave. And now he's able to set Shrink and Chariot. Now, luckily, Berserk Gorilla, well, it doesnn't care about Chariot, but it does care about Shrink. So he didn't say damage step there. That's interesting. Anyway, so funny enough though, we take 600 from the Shrink, but now we're able to banish 2 Beast to drop an even bigger one. And unfortunately though, Yellow Baboon activates. It's not like a inherent. It's not like just a summon. It's not like, I don't know. It's not something that dodges Chariot, so he's able to Chariot the Yellow Baboon. That made me really sad, because I'm pretty sure that's what ends up making me lose this game. Because now I can go Infinite Battle Phase for Bestie, pop Road, and yeah, I mean, you guys can see this is going to get brutal. I need to top deck something really good. Because, oh yeah, he's also getting Chariot back. Because what am I top decking here? Let's kind of click these fast. I draw Heavy, which, you know, actually, we can Heavy the Chariot, but I think I'm just hoping it's Chariot so I can get over Bestie, which I am able to. But I know he has Darius, and the Proving Ground was just in case, I don't know, I somehow deal with both his monsters, and I mean, now we're down to 900, and he's getting a 2100, and he gets Darius to bring back Bestie, and actually, I think he just straight up makes, oh no, he doesn't make Herc, or whatever, the one that can negate spell traps. Because he could have did that with the set Chariot, and that would have been pretty strong. But he does this, which is still strong, and this is definitely not going to get me anywhere. I just set. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm out of the game. So that's game 1. You know, it's definitely a tough. Not the easiest matchup. I mean, we have big guys, right? I don't know why I put this in, to be honest with you, but I put both in. Okay, well, anyway, this can be pretty good against the deck. And then, of course, you know, Berserk Gorilla, Bazoo's not bad. It's just, of course, they can Chariot. But anyway, what in the world? Why the heck do I set this? I 100% should have summoned that. Or like just straight up went cat and made like Catastrophe. I don't know, like, oh, I guess they actually would have destroyed Catastrophe right away. It's so odd. I think I set this, and then I don't think I bottomless the Cyber Dragon. So strange, and they just attack over the King Tiger. I mean, I guess that would have happened if I decided not to bottomless anyway. And I would have taken damage, but I don't know. Kind of an odd thing for me to do, I feel. But they got Book, Chariot, Mirror Force, Road, so I'm pretty sure. Wow, I just straight up throw the Heavy down. Man, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure I don't Heavy, but I guess I did. And now this cat can be stopped by the Book. Man, I feel like I win, but it's looking kind of rough. I mean, they do just have Test Tiger in hand right now, which until they see a Glad doesn't do much. We are gonna prio. I know for sure we discard this. I think we ended up discarding two. Well, at least one. Yeah, okay. We just try to deal with the Stardust, and I don't even attack because I'm worried of deprison. There is a Mirror Force. They attack. They book, and then I book theirs. So now we're. So then they set bottomless, which they can now use on Brio. Solidarity is a really good draw. I flip it, they bottomless, so thankfully it gets banished, because now I only have Beast Engrave. So now I can summon King Tiger and attack. And it's like, oh, okay, that's just a 1700, so they gotta think, they decide not to Mirror Force. I'm like, alright, well, now let's make him 2500, or attempt to. And now he's 25, which is definitely more of a threat. Oh yeah, it also stops Test Tiger. Maybe King Tiger isn't that bad. I don't know why I was being so like, why did I put this in? I do think setting it is not right. I think we should definitely be normal summoning this. I mean, even though he's only 17, at least that still is bigger than like a Quest, Crashes with Darius, bigger than Bestie, bigger than Mormillo, stops Test Tiger. Like Laquari is 18, but other than that, 17, I guess it's not the worst stat line. Definitely would rather have an 18 plus 100 stat line against Glads, but I try to get in, and the 2500 does connect. I set the book. I assume that was a Burden of the Mighty. So he's saying he would have Mirror Forced if he realized this was Solidarity. For some reason, he thought the Solidarity was Burden of the Mighty, which is not a bad option. But yeah, Burden's not a bad card, but I don't know, it was an interesting, not the worst card, right? I decided to bottomless this. I don't know. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was trying to actually. Okay, yeah, there is some clash here though, right? In the sense that it can stop Test Tiger, but then also, so they have a Glad, they special Test Tiger, King Tiger. Well, King Tiger is continuous, but it's a continuous effect. But can they Chariot King Tiger? Actually, I'm not sure. I have to find that out. If you can Chariot King Tiger, that's bad. If you can't, then obviously that's pretty good. So I attempt to swing 25. They still don't Mirror Force, which is kind of interesting. I set the Ryko. They go off Fiendish Chain. That's an interesting one, too. They go ahead and get... Speaking of the choir, there he is. There's no need for me to book here. They set the chain and pass. I draw MST, which is pretty nice. I just gamble. I end up hitting the Chariot, which allows me to flip Ryko, targeting, yep, that. There's going to be a big fat Mirror Force now. Oh, you know what, though? I discarded a Green Baboon earlier. They Mirror Force. I'm like, sure. Actually, I could even literally book the King Tiger. Yeah. So Chainlink 2, booking King Tiger. Chainlink 1, Mirror Force destroying Ryko. New chain, paying 1,000, bringing back Green Baboon. This is going to be a 3,400 attack. They have to chain. M2, flip up King Tiger. So 2,500 King Tiger, 3,400 Green Baboon. They have Test Tiger and Book. They set Book, pass. I draw Berserk. I know Mirror Force is gone, so it's up to me if I want to play around Torrential. This will be a 2,800 Gorilla. I say, forget it, you don't have Torrential. And they don't. They book the King Tiger. Then I get in for 28, putting him at 200. They draw Deep Prison. It's not enough. So, they could have set it in pass and just seen if I won it, but I almost certain I would have just, flipped up the King Tiger, tried to attack with King Tiger and Gorilla, and then Deep Prison only stops one, and then they would lose the other. So game 3 against Glad Beast, they got Chariot, Smashing Dust, Deep Prison, another Chariot, and Darius. I got Oppression, Cat, Berserk, Book, Solidarity. So these are interesting starts. They go Darius, set Dust, set Deep Prison. I think I draw heavy. Okay, no. I don't know why. I must be thinking of something else. So I book That's interesting. What the heck? I literally have Berserk Gorilla. I mean, it would have got deprisoned. Wow, so I guess I'm just playing around Chariot, which, funny enough, they have both in hand. Huh, they have deprisoned Dust. Do I just end up attacking with Crazy Beast? Wow. So I think they just deprison this. Yeah. And then I do get to clear their monster. Set Oppression. I guess because I'm setting Oppression, I just wanted to use Cat right away. I guess. Funny enough, they did not set a Chariot. They Dust Oppression, which is unfortunate. Now they're able to go Bestiary, tag out successfully into Big Boy the Quarry. Oh no, that's right, they quest back the Darius. They are low on monsters. They set a Chariot, and now, thankfully, we're able to just summon Berserk Gorilla, which does not care about Chariot, activate Solidarity, make him 2800, and go Monkey on him. You know, I am Berserk Gorilla. That's where we activate that. We set the MF. He draws into MF. He summons the Darius. Now, unfortunately, our monkey's not long for this earth, because here comes Smashing Ground to King Kong smash our King Kong Gorilla out of there. So then he attacks. I'm like, you know what? I want you to keep you off monsters, so I just Mirror Force it. So now he has double Chariot Mirror Force. I draw Brain Con. I'm like, all right, one monkey goes down. Let's throw another one out, right? But this is good old Bazoo. We got I banished 2, right. Okay, I guess that makes sense to keep the Solidarity alive. So he's actually like 3,000. So that's just gonna eat a Mirror Force, making my return a bit better as well, because we haven't gone through that. We have an equal amount of chance to draw a turn as we do Oppression right now. So he's got double Chariot, a Cyber Dragon. So he has 2 Chariots set. I draw into Heavy. No reason to use that. Then he draws into Road. Oh man. So crazy enough, had we heavied last turn, drawn the Dust Shoot, we would have been able to hit double Chariot, but now he's got the Road. Hit the road, Jack, and here comes. Ready are we to do 1200. So, of course, this wonderful Dead Dust Shoot. It's going to get Bestiaried. That was risky. If this was a bottomless trap hole, which we haven't gone through yet, let's see what he targets. Okay, he does at least target Solidarity, so he was willing to sacrifice his Bestiary if this was a bottomless there, which, man, that's kind of risky considering double Chariot set. But then again, I don't know, pretty much probably anything he would have summoned there, would have lost to bottomless, because if you want to quest or Darius. But yeah, I mean, the Bestiary ends up popping the Solidarity, which is pretty important. And see, I'm pretty sure now I go heavy. Yeah, and unfortunately, that road he drew gets him the Stardust. I do have Brain Con, but there's not much reason to Brain Con, so I just do not use the effect. So I play around his back rope. I mean, yeah, Deep Prison, Mirror Force were gone, but no Chariots. So I think, yeah, definitely not using effect there is right. So it would have been, if we still have the Solidarity, right, attack over, main phase 2, banish 1 to make Bazoo go to 27 to not get ran over by Stardust. But, I mean, even if we Brain Con Stardust, we don't currently have game or anything. We're just sitting here with a 1600 Bazoo and a Dead Dust Shoot. So here comes the Quarry. He also has Stardust, so he can definitely not have to worry about Mirror Force or Torrential, which we have used Mirror Force, so it's just a matter of Torrential. He attacks over, he attacks in, and really this is pretty much, I'm pretty sure, about to be the end of the game. He goes ahead and gets Darius for Darius. Is that correct? When this curse was over, you can target one of Lightsworn or something. Wow, yeah, you can actually, I think, yeah, you can Darius. You can Darius. I mean, not, tag in a Darius and a Darius, but you can Darius, bring back Darius. I know that. And yeah, so he just has tons of beaters. I draw Solidarity, which unfortunately it's not going to do anything. And I'm kind of at the point where, like, I have to Brain Con Darius, try to crash Darius. So I brain con this Darius, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I target Stardust. Okay, well. Alright, because killing that Darius will get the other one back. Okay. And yeah, they're gonna get the Stardust back. We set a bluff, they draw bottomless, and they can just swing for game. And unfortunately, that is the end of our RBET3 run. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we played against Glad Beast. Honestly, I don't have tons of experience against that deck, but I will say I know Royal Oppression's really good against it, but unfortunately, you know, the cards don't always just line in your favor, and you know, that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! So that was all 5 replays. I think this is like an hour long, so I'm gonna end it there, but that was my RBET3 run with Monke. Just wanted to show that I went 3-2. I don't think that's, you know, it could be worse. It's definitely not the worst deck in Edison, like Keegan says. So, right, put that on the map. Sadly, not the best deck, but hey, it's fun. I like it. And you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll have another Edison and a GOAT deck profile up within the next week. So, I'm starting school soon, but before I go, I definitely want to at least get a couple more videos out before then. So, until next time. Bye.